of your chapters, you are introducing all kinds of things. Infrastructure for Poverty Eradication Program, IPEP, Northern Development Authority, NDA, Middle Belt Development Authority, MBA, Coastal Development Authority, CDA, Zongo Development Fund, ZDF, Western North Region. Ebe!
First of all, Fifi.
Bernard. Fifi is on the line.
Bernard. This country, we ought to be very, very careful. We have to avoid the trap whereby we concentrate all development in pockets of this country to the neglect of the others. Look, right now, take Tema, Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi, to some extent Tamale. Right? The rest of the country sits in neglect. And if we are not careful to spread development to such an extent that people begin to feel that they are part of the enterprise called Ghana, very soon we will have a problem. The Americans that were saying, you don't mess with a man who ain't got nothing to lose. We must make sure that everybody in Ghana, every corner of the country, feels a part of this enterprise. What we have done here is to create special purpose vehicles to spearhead development in certain segments of our economy that we feel need special attention. Let me, comparatively, the Mississippi Delta in the US, when it was such a backward place, President Hoover looked at creating the Tennessee Valley Authority to lift it up, and it's worked to perfection. We are saying that, look, what do we mean by infrastructure for poverty eradication? Look at our capital budget. 1.6 billion sits on the 2016 budget. If we are not careful, all of it will be spent from Accra, right? Look at Common Fund. By the time the money gets to the district, they have about 34-35%. Accra has taken. Now we are saying that no. Out of the 1.6 billion, give every constituency 1 million. Let them look at their unique problems and to provide local solutions.
Why constituency and not district? Just a point of interest. Because district is the unit of development. Why did you choose one constituency? Was it for political reasons?
First of all, you need to atomize this. Keep in mind there are more constituencies than districts.
275 constituencies.
And 216.
Right. Districts.
We intend to make sure that every corner of the country gets something. Now, even at the constituency level, and there are programs for the districts.
One district, one.
There are programs for the district. We'll come to that. But you see, if you take 275 out of 1.6 billion sitting on the budget, you are not looking for new money. All you are saying is that, look, constituency A, you need public toilet. That's your most pressing issue. You don't have the resources. Here is that 1 million. Use it for that project. That is a way of making sure that development spreads all over there.
Our 275 constituencies have different levels of development and different needs. Giving each of them a million may be a good soundbite. But my question is, do 1 million in Tema versus 1 million from South Dai? It means different things.
No, if you read all our documentation, we are saying on average.
Okay, so it's not the same amount.
On average.
Okay, just to be clear.
Because you see, for instance, even the District Common Fund have a formula for sharing it out. But at the end of the day, local solutions to local problems. Let the people sitting in that domain feel that they have been empowered and given the necessary resources to tackle their main. Sometimes it embarrasses me when you hear on the radio, as you may hear on yours, people calling in and say, we don't have public toilets and are buying mebwai. If they have these local resources, instead of it sitting on a budget in Accra, right?
So are you saying it will not be allocated from Accra or it will not be used in Accra?
It will be spoken for in the budget for the various constituencies. Of course, all government accounts
must come
must come
So
from
you're
the-
saying that it will not be varied by somebody's whim?
No.
It will be guaranteed.
Yes, it will be guaranteed
But,
by the...
but administered by who? Because then the district chief executive is the person in charge now. And then there are some... so who's going to administer it in a constituency?
It is the various developmental authorities we are creating.
You are creating new bureaucracies?
No.
Don't we have enough?
No. First of all, look, bureaucracies may come and go, right? You don't need a big bureaucracy to implement some of these things. They could be coordinated. They could function as coordinating agencies using existing structures to do their work. But you see, let us not bog ourselves down into the nitty-gritty. Let us.
But that's what we are interested in.
Well,
that's the idea. You see, because
the budget,
everybody can make broad strokes. In fact, if you take an analogy from the US, Donald Trump can say anything he wants, but when he's pushed to the detail, then it's not wanted. So the idea of let's not bog ourselves down with details is not right.
For example, let us the Zongo Development Fund.
Yes.
You go into the details, and we tell you exactly what we are going to do with the Zongo Development Fund.
Education and training within the Zongos, improve infrastructure in the Zongos, targeting health and sanitation, supporting local business and centers of culture, arts, community policing and security. Very generic.
No, these are not generic.
Sounds very...
No, these are not generic. Infrastructure. My office is in Nima, right? Yes. I am in the Kaldor section directly opposite the Kaldor Mosque. On my left is the Nima Market. Are we saying that all the gutters that are choked from Nima to Mamubi, that we cannot have a specific vehicle looking at, say, this is one...
But the government is building a gutter from Kaukudi, big one.
Have you seen it lately?
At least I've seen
it's
parts
abandoned.
of it. Kieros Galvao.
Kieros Calvao.
Yeah,
Kieros Calvao, because they are in trouble, all their projects are... But have you seen it lately? That thing cost $8 million.
Oh, we're on air.
I get so frustrated. No, I get so frustrated when I see the people's money being used that
So
way.
you're saying that project could have been done at a cheaper price?
Of course.
Give us a figure.
I'm not going to give you a figure.
What are you going to do?
But you see, Nima drains.
Yes.
Kieros Calvao.
Yes.
Soul sourcing.
Okay.
$7,691,000.
Yeah, $7.6 million.
All right. Have you seen the project?
I'm not a quantity surveyor.
Well, Mahama calls us political quantity surveyors. But we are all in this country,
So at what price do you think that same type of thing could have been done?
Anything you do by soul sourcing is not the most efficient. Let's not forget it. Anything you do by soul sourcing,
true,
it's not.
But then, so fine. Soul sourcing is wrong in certain circumstances. The law allows it in other circumstances. But my point is, you're saying that this Nima Gota thingy could have been done at a cheaper price. Which price?
I'm not going to sit here and give you 6 million.
No, but then how then can we say it's too expensive?
No, it's too expensive
on what basis? Because of soul sourcing?
You are trained in economics, so let me take you in that direction. When you sole source, you are not getting the best competitive rates. Now look in the Kieros Calvao main documents. In this current environment of international credit markets, when the Kieros Calvao loan was done, LIBOR, 6-month LIBOR upon which this transaction was based, was 0.55. How do you end up with an interest rate of almost 7%? How? Wow. How do you end up with commitment fees, fine, all those fees? Those are the inherent intrinsic costs to the loan and therefore to the project. You cannot simply look at quantities. How many bags of cement? How many tips of sand? As your basis.
Is soul sourcing going to be prohibited on NPP?
It will not be prohibited, but it will be minimized. There are strict conditions for doing soul sourcing.
Did the MDC violate those conditions? Has the procurement authority come to say the government soul sourced when the conditions were not satisfied?
Look, go through all I don't know if I have. Go through all the loan documentation from 2014. And you come to realize that almost 80% of them are sole source. I have 10 of them in front of me. Kwame Nkrumah interchange, $100 million sole sourcing. Affordable housing project 5,000 OAS, 200 million sole sourcing. Tamale Airport, Kiros Calvajo, 100 million sole sourcing. Construction of hangar for Ghana Armed Forces, Andrade Gutierrez, 4 million sole sourcing. Eastern Corridor, 202 million 190,000. Up direct Andrade Gutierrez, sole source.
So almost this
everything here.
Yeah, but you're saying you will minimize it. You won't tell us what extent. You see, for me, we are looking at an alternative, okay? Because everybody can justify. You could justify sole sourcing as eloquently as you are criticizing it now.
My friend.
So I just want to know. You're saying, and then we are going to minimize sole sourcing to only this type of project. Because mind you promulgated the law.
We promulgated the law. In the absence of the law, something worse was happening,
which is good.
No, but the law is good.
I agree with you. The law is good, but I'm saying that so you can tell us under which conditions you use so that we are clean.
But those conditions exist in the law.
Are they being violated?
Yes, they are being violated with impunity.
Let's end with education. Your mantra in 2012 was free SHS. Yes, there's still free SHS in there, but it's very understated and almost buried. Because we own. Is it because President Mahama is doing it?
No. President Mahama is not doing.
He's not doing free SHS.
Free SHS. He's not doing free SHS. Look, the school fees is 450 cedis a term.
Secondary school.
Secondary school. Yeah. President Mahama pays 38. 3-8. Single 3, single 8.
Are you adding the PTA dues and all that to the school fees?
No. This is government school fees.
Government school fees.
Government school fees.
So free SHS is not done. Okay.
No, I'm not talking of the PT and all.
Right.
And government pays 38. That is not free or progressive in it by any definition or stretch of the word. The point here is that the whole nation knows that we own the matter of free SHS. So we need not trumpet it as loud as we did the other time. It is in there. We are committed to it. We will do it. That is the point.
So you don't need to make too much noise about it.
Well, the electorate. What does the electorate know the NPP for? One of them is free SHS.
Right. Even though NDC claims they are doing it.
That's a claim. You can claim to do anything. When we mooted the idea of free SHS, what were we told? We were made to look like lunatics, but we believe that a nation can only develop when it has developed its human capacity. One of the things dragging this country back is the quality of education. People talk about, well, China has developed. China has developed, why? Because they built their human capacity first and foremost.
Just to end on mining, and I'll give you a few points to wrap up. You say you restructure the royalty sharing ratio within mining communities to increase the share of revenues that the mining communities currently receive in royalty payments to 20 from 10. This is nice. And then you say you structure the small-scale mining industry so its activities can take place within guidelines set under the appropriate regulations. I'm a bit, it's too, you see, because this is already happening. And you see, the regulations are there, people are abusing it. Galamsey has been a pet topic of mine on the show, and I don't get the sense of any rigorous commitment to clamp down on the destructive galamsey.
Rigorous commitment from...
Let me read what you said. Structure the small-scale mining industry so that its activities can take place within guidelines set up under the appropriate regulations. This will enable small-scale miners to work and earn their livelihood in a regulated, secure, and lawful environment. This is nice English.
No, it is practical.
Really?
Look, every concession that has been prospected by these companies, 25% or thereabout comes back to government, right? What prevents us from allocating what has come back to government to small-scale miners properly registered?
What prevents you from saying that we'll clamp down on illegal small-scale mining, arrest and prosecute both foreign and locals engaged in illegal small-scale mining? What prevents you from saying that?
No, that's the choice you want.
No, but You travel around Ghana more than I do. And you know the effect of galamsey on the Dinsu, the Ofin. They've become brown water bodies.
Yes.
People are lamenting that their water bodies, they are not their farmlands, their cocoa farms. And you have a massive plan for cocoa. Cocoa farms are being taken over by galamseyers. I don't get the urgency of your attempt to deal with galamsey.
You don't.
I don't.
Okay. Many people.
Based on what I've read.
Many people do. But what we are saying.
How do you know that?
Oh, because we talk to people. You say we go around the country.
Really?
Right? We go around the country. You see, a document, when you write a manifesto, it's a document that stands the test of time. It's not just...
I'm just saying that you are very clear on certain things you want to do. You are very exact. But on galamsey, I don't get that clarity.
But galamsey, it's not about, I will imprison this one, I will do this. First of all, there are existing laws that are being flouted with impunity. Just this morning, I'm listening to a chief, an Odikro in Wassa somewhere, where a chief has brought in some Chinese and is flouting all these rules. Okay. The thing to do is to make sure that the rules that are in place are enforced to the T. And when you are able to do that, you create you see, a lot of things that are happening badly in Ghana is simply because we are all folding our arms. The laws are there, but the political will and the courage to deal with the matter is what is missing. It's a question of leadership. And if you have a leader who is not willing or able to enforce things, who waffles, flip-flops on matters, then you are bound to be in the situation where we are now. We are saying that the leadership of and NPP under the leadership of Akufo-Addo will be decisive and not be waffling.
We've enjoyed conversing with you. This is a big document, and we are hoping to have another chance to go further into this. We've been talking to Boakye Agyarko, policy advisor to the NPP, and they worked on the manifesto which they have launched, which is available on our website, citifmonline.com. You can get copies to read and decide for yourself what you want to do.